Hey guys, welcome back to the Lucy Show. Hope you guys are all doing well. Coming into stream as usual, please make sure you are subscribed to the second channel of mine. If you're not already smashing that like button, please do so right now. Ring the notification bell to know whenever these live streams begin. But I'm here usually later at night because my main channel, usually I'm there like in the afternoon or earlier in the day. So this is my late night live stream spot. First off, I mean, just have like pretty much 3 movies to talk about. Aquaman, Aquaman 2, which is supposed to be coming out 2023, and this rumor that supposedly Amber Heard will not be there. There's been talks about this and like petitioning for her to no longer be on Aquaman while the trial was ongoing for the 6 weeks. So I didn't really believe in the news. But more about that later. I actually watched Iron Man. I've been telling you guys that I'm gonna watch Iron Man a whole entire marathon. So I didn't have time to like sit down and watch Iron Man nonstop. I just ended up watching the first Iron Man. So I think it was the 2008 Iron Man, Tony Stark, and it was so good. So highly recommend if you guys have seen it or if you've never watched Iron Man. I seriously think that it's my favorite movie. Like movie wise, I think even though I love Thor and I like the Hulk, Black Widow, I watch like all the movies, Captain Marvel, including Guardians of the Galaxy, because technically, I mean, they're not the original Avengers, but they are Avengers if you watch the last Avenger movie. Hey there, Ken Bussy. Thank you for being first. What's up, Lucy and fam? Hope you guys are all doing well. It's been a while, Ken Bussy. Hope you're really doing good. How's the real estate actually? Let me know how that's going. Love to hear about your perspective in Seattle. I mean, I know it's different per state, but how's the real estate business going? Is it still like on fire? Are people selling homes within 2 weeks of listing, or has it slowed down a bit? Because I'm seeing that things are slowing down a bit in California. I don't know what it's like in other states. Okay, so yeah, highly recommend watching Iron Man because Iron Man is a classic in the sense that it was the first Avengers movie. It kind of like started everything. And I realized yesterday when I watched the first Iron Man, I guess when I watched it, I didn't watch like the ending credits. So I didn't see the surprise credit where the Shield director was there. I forgot his name already, but it's eye patch guy. He was there and like at the very, very end, and then talked about like you think you're like the first superhero and whatnot. So it kind of like was the very beginning. So if you love Avengers and you never watch Iron Man, I feel like it doesn't really make sense. But it's funny because like when I watched it, it was like watching it for the first time because I literally have not seen it. I don't think I saw it in theaters when it first came out in 2008, but I probably watched it like a few years later. And then when I watched it, well, I mean, it's still been so many years. So I feel like when I was watching it yesterday, that it just felt like watching an entirely new movie because I didn't remember the words or any of like the special scenes or really how it was going to end. I didn't even know who the bad guy was anymore, but I was pretty spot on. I guess who the bad guy was, and I also guessed, or maybe it's because it's imprinted in my memory because I've seen it before. But I swear I don't remember watching it when I was watching it, even though I've watched it before. And then I guessed the ending from watching the beginning part. So I was pretty proud of myself. Sebastian, hi, there's Latko. Welcome to the stream. Obi-Wan Kenobi is really bad. So I've been hearing that. I've been hearing about that on the news. I mean, not that it's really bad, but that it's like it's under Disney, right? So this is like supposed to be like a big Disney investment or like a big Disney, I want to say TV series. I don't have Disney Plus. I'm assuming it's on Disney Plus. So I don't watch it. I don't know if it's good or bad. Lucy is my Jedi friend. Honestly, I'm so jealous of people at Disney that have the lightsabers. I have not bought myself one yet because I'm trying to be frugal. So I'm trying to control myself. But when I go to Disney, I just want to buy everything. And I only have one. Well, I had when I was a kid, like the Minnie ears, like the classic Minnie Mouse ears with the Minnie Mouse bow. I don't know where that went. I need to find that. So I bought, if you are ever on my Instagram, that's where I post it on Living with Lucy 123. That's my Instagram, link down below. If you're not following me, please follow. So my Yeah. When I go to Disney, I just have that, like, my new unicorn, my new unicorn ears, my Minnie Mouse ears with, like, a unicorn horn, which I'm kinda sick of because I wore it, like, 1,000 times. I really want the Mickey Mouse, like, his I don't know what to call it. When he's in his outfit, he's in that red robe, and then he has the blue, like, hat with all the silver stars on it. I want that hat so badly. Last time I went to Disney, I think it's, like, closer to $50 or maybe like 40 something dollars. I'm like, I could buy this, or I could buy a turkey leg and a drink and probably like some candy. So I decided not to get it, but it's super cute one of those days. And also because it's so hot. I'm like, who would wear this? There's also like this super cute hat that I saw somebody wear. I tried to take an Instagram video of it, but then this dude walked into my frame, so I couldn't film it. But there was this guy wearing a Ratatouille chef hat. So the movie with the rat, I guess, in the kitchen. He was wearing like a Ratatouille chef hat, and then the chef hat pops open, and then you can see the rat pop out of the hat. That was his hat at Disney. That was probably like one of the coolest hats. You can have my saber sword. It is almost a parody, no joke. Well, I guess I don't know Star Wars well enough. I mean, well, all I did was watch all the movies, but I feel like if you told me some characters from Star Wars, I wouldn't be able to know like every single one of them. I wonder if I'll like it. But the other one was good, right? What is a Mandalorian? The one where Baby Yoda is. I feel like everybody says good things about that one, but usually when everyone tells me something is amazing, I generally don't hate it. Like, I've been told that WandaVision is, like, amazing for a while, and I never watched it, but of course, I prepare myself before watching Doctor Strange, Into the Madness, Into the Metaverse Madness. Is it Metaverse? Yeah, Multiverse. Sorry, Multiverse. I'm like, something about that doesn't sound right. They didn't go to the Metaverse. Doctor Strange, Into the Multiverse of Madness. I prepared myself and watched all of WandaVision, and I thought that that was actually really, really good. Mandalorian, I'll probably watch someday, far, far away when I'm like really, really bored, along with like Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I'll probably watch that when I'm really bored too, because I feel like I would watch certain series if it was very short, but like things like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, or like if I wanted to watch Star Trek, all of that, it just feels like a really big investment. Like it'll take a long, long time. Uh, Come back to work. LOL. Ken Bussy says Winter Soldier real estate is good, especially since Elon Musk is making people come back to work. I was like, Coke back to work. Okay. So it's not bad for you. Okay, so Seattle, maybe real estate isn't kind of slowing down. I feel like definitely California, I've been watching the prices. I could see that things aren't as hot anymore. Like I'm not seeing homes with like a sign, and then within like literally 1 week or like a couple of days, it's poof, gone. So maybe that's my way of seeing that it's kind of slowed down. But feel free to let me know if you're from a different state and how the real estate is over there. If you're seeing people constantly flipping homes like super hot, or are people like hanging on and dropping the prices? Okay, so Warner Bros. Rumored to delete all Amber Heard scenes in Aquaman. Oh, wait. Sorry. Before I get to that, because I feel like I have a billion thoughts and I only say some of them in my live stream. So while I'm still on the Iron Man thought, before moving off of Iron Man, Tony Stark, on to Amber Heard, I just want to say that I feel like as much as there's bad things in the world all the time, watching Iron Man, the first one, I'm going to watch the other two later, probably like right after this stream. But I feel like anytime I watch, really, I wouldn't say, okay, maybe not every single Marvel movie, but most Marvel or superhero movies, but specifically like Iron Man, more to do with like if you're Thor, it's like harder to relate because I'm like, okay, like nobody's a god. Um, but movies like Iron Man gives me hope for humanity, not like just inspiration and like hope for myself, like just the lines are really good. Like don't waste your life. What Dr. Jensen said to Tony Stark when he saved him. I feel like he's a real hero. I mean, Tony Stark wouldn't be around if you follow the story plot, if it wasn't for Dr. Jensen. And I just think like these movies, they inspire you like in the moment when you're watching it in theaters or just like right after the movie. Or it's like after reading a good book or a nice quote. People are generally, I think, inspired about life or just more positive. I think watching movies like this makes me think about the possibilities of people out there that are very talented or have a lot of, or come into a lot of power. Maybe this is just me being extremely naive, but I've always had this belief that maybe there are people out there who will view this as just this is art, right? Like it was created as a comic, I think in the 1960s, I want to say. That's when Iron Man, I believe, was created. But anyways, all of these like Spider-Man, Iron Man, all of these superheroes, they were created like many, many years ago and then turned into a movie. But whether people in the past read it in a comic or they're inspired by the movie, I guess what I'm trying to say is I believe that there are people out there who may not have done as much good for the world until maybe getting inspired from a movie like this or from other movies or other artistic work, maybe a book, maybe a poem, or just like one line in a movie. And I truly believe that there is a chance that it could change somebody's life for the good and cause them to want to bring that into real life. Because superheroes, we could say the ones that fly around don't exist. But I do think that if most human beings would rather be a superhero than not and have good virtues and look up to these positive things that they could be, just kind of see that there's a possibility to be larger than life. Even if we aim for that 100% and then only get like 50% or 30%, it's better to have people aspire to be that than not. And I guess I like to think that maybe future billionaires, or maybe there's already a billionaire out there and they're just staying low key, is trying to do good for the world or fight crime and all that good stuff. So, okay, that's it. That's all I had to say about Iron Man. Okay, Warner Bros. By the way, guys, all of you in the stream, if you haven't already, please smash that like button. There's always, I feel like there's always 2 times as much people as there is likes. But please note that if you want me to come on here more often, if you enjoy watching my videos, smash that like button is all that I ask. And for it, I will show you a cute little sheep sticker. Hold on, which one oh, I have just a little heart. Hold on. Oh my God, it's so hot in here that some of my stickers melted. I mean, it came off. Okay, I just have a heart. I don't know if this is separate, but I think this is separate. But here's a heart and a sheep sticker. Enjoy. Okay, so Warner Bros. Rumored to delete all Amber Heard scenes in Aquaman 2, which again, I've been telling you guys that I've heard this rumor for a while during the trial. I didn't really believe in it just because like one of the representatives at Warner Bros, like I think he's a current president, that did the testimony over, I think, like a Zoom call. He had stated that Amber Heard got the scene time that she got, like the amount of time that she was acting in the movie of Aquaman 2, due to the Warner Brothers choice. So the studio's choice. It has nothing to do with Johnny Depp, her case, the lawsuit, none of it. So that's what they say. Who knows how true that is, but that's what they say. And yeah, and then he was saying how like there was kind of this lack of chemistry, which I feel like would be the main reason if they did want to delete her scenes. They can just easily say, you know what, we did another review. And again, this has nothing to do with her losing the case, but we did another review and the chemistry just doesn't work out. And, you know, the directors want to go a different, or the producers want to go a different path and, you know, not have you in the movie. I think that's very sad for Amber Heard if it does happen. I actually would rather see her in the movie than not, just because watching Aquaman 1, I feel like I like to see movies where they don't change characters or just all of a sudden like kill off a character. But it says in here that Amber Heard's filmed most of her scenes in London back in 2021, and her removal could be explained by an off-screen death. Rumors suggest that her character Mira could die during childbirth, which is just terrible. A little unfair for females because I feel like for guys, it's like they have to put that extra effort. Okay, like he was in a car accident, something that doesn't have to involve having a child and then dying through that. But it's like females, we have that one extra way of getting killed off. Um, so it says it could be explained by an off-screen death, so she doesn't even have to be in the movie. Obviously, could die during childbirth at the start of the sequel to keep her completely out of the film. The move is expected to keep any negative press away from the installment and the DC extended universe set to arrive next year. But honestly, I know that this movie is supposed to be out 2023. I think they're being, if they do end up doing this, who knows? Because it's just a rumor for now. But if they do end up removing Amber Heard, I think they're overthinking the negative press because so many things happen in America on like a day-to-day, month-to-month basis that I don't even think people are going to care anymore. You know what I mean? Like I think by December, honestly, I don't think people are going to be talking about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard in December unless they sue each other again, unless they go at it in court or like I don't know if they some other rumors are saying that maybe Johnny Depp is going to try and win the case in the UK now, like kind of do it again. But again, that's all rumors. Do your own DD, entertainment purposes only. Um, so I just feel like it's a little extra if they think that they need to remove, like maybe if the movie was like this month, they like that's still hot. Like the case has not cooled down yet, right? Um, maybe like if it was now, this next 2 to 3 months, I feel like people would be like pretty pissed if they're trying to get her out of a movie, which I think is just really extra. Um, but next year, 2023, like God knows whenever they're going to do a 2023, it could be like a year from now. It could be June 2023. Like we don't know when the movie's going to be out, but I just think it's kind of drastic of a move to have to kick her out of a movie that's showing in 2023. They're removing it because if they launch movie, oh my God, I really don't think people are not going to see it just because of how angry they are with Amber Heard, because that's not fair to Jason Momoa, which is this man, the actual Aquaman. And the movie's called Aquaman, not Aquamira or Aqua Princess or like mermaid. So I think people need to chill out. And I just don't have that much hate for her. I think it was all part of a greater picture of everything. I think everything on the planet may just be for entertainment purposes only. Who knows? Maybe there's like aliens and they're just watching us for entertainment purposes only. Or this could be one of the universes of many universes that they're watching this entertainment from. And for what they're doing and what we perceive to be the real world is also just entertainment purposes only. So it shouldn't matter that much. I don't know. I just think the whole Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case, like, it was entertaining. It was sad on some parts, but they chose what they chose. They both knew what they were getting themselves into. They sued each other. And when you sue each other, stuff gets out, like crazy stuff. All right, moving on to Top Gun. The faster I finish with you guys, the quicker I can go and watch my Ironman marathon. I feel like I have so much time in a day because I don't work, but I just do so much in a day. It's weird. I never have enough time to do a marathon. I want to do like a Harry Potter marathon. I don't think I'll ever do a Game of Thrones marathon, even though I love Game of Thrones because it takes way too long. But yeah, it's weird. I feel like when I actually worked, I don't know if anybody else feels this or anybody else is like unemployed in here as well. But when I actually had an employer, I was watching more. I think I actually watched more Netflix and like movies and binge TV shows than I do now, even though I like technically work for myself slash unemployed. I actually do so much in a day and it's just exhausting. Or maybe I overthink what I do. I'm like, oh my God, I washed 3 pairs of sneakers today and I washed my clothes and I cut my hair. I don't know if it's noticeable, but I cut a lot of my hair because it was just like unbrushable. I would brush it, and I don't know if it was even noticeable, but my last couple of streams on the main channel and this one, probably I would say for the last 2 weeks of my life, I pretty much would just wash my hair and then it would just be like a ball of tangle. It wouldn't brush through properly. See, now it's sort of going through. My fingers can run through it, but I just had like the most gross hair. I would wash it, but it would just be like completely tangled, filled with split ends. It was really bad for 2 weeks, and I just really couldn't stand it anymore today. So I'm like, I'm just gonna cut most of you off. So I took a trimmer and then I just trimmed off like so much hair. My hair used to be like way lower. Top Gun was very cool. Not sure if China will allow it there. Henry says they didn't remove the Taiwan flag from the bomber jacket. Beginning of movie, like many of us thought last year. Oh, okay. Wow. That's losing out on a lot of money. I don't know if China's airing it either. I mean, let's search that. I'm curious now, would they air it? I mean, it's like this is Tom Cruise's, from what I read, this is Tom Cruise's biggest, I would say, film of his career. At least that's what people are saying, because I think so far it's made like over 500 million already, and it's been less than a month, right? $500 million is a lot of money. So Top Gun in China, would that be in a 1 day ago, CNN, Jake Taper identifies key change in new Top Gun movie that could anger China. Okay. Why Taiwan fans are celebrating Tom Cruise's return as Top Gun. Maverick gets love in Taiwan thanks to Tom Cruise's jacket. I honestly, like, I watched the original Top Gun. I didn't notice. I didn't even notice a Taiwan symbol of any sort. But okay, wait. Taiwan cheers Top Gun Maverick for defying Chinese censors. But it doesn't, nowhere does it say that the Chinese are not playing it in their theaters. So I don't know. It says Mavericks proves Hollywood doesn't need China. Represent tipping point in Hollywood's relationship to China. Whoa, okay. So maybe they're not showing it. That's so strange. I mean, okay, hold on. Let me click into this. I don't get it. Why are they, so China just doesn't want to see a Taiwan flag? What is there something offensive about the Taiwan flag? We don't know if they will allow it yet, Henry says. Oh, okay. I heard China only allows about 30 or so foreign movies there, most from US or England. Oh, okay. So they're picky with what they choose, which is fine because they have to go and try to promote their own movies. But I think their theaters, and just that's not a good, it's not a net good for their economy, for their film industry, or for their movie theaters, I think. If they could play a very, very highly anticipated film in China. But then again, I don't think President Xi or the CCP really gives. I think it's going to be their way or the highway. And if they don't want to see that, then they either cut it out, blur it, or just don't show the movie at all. But I don't know if they have the rights to cut it out and blur it. I don't know the legalities between like films. And I definitely didn't know about this because I saw this today and I was kind of shocked because I thought Top Gun, the original movie, was just made up. I didn't like, well, the Top Gun place, I had to search online and it said that there is a school, or there was a school that the top like 1% went to train to be like pilots to keep the art. So that's supposed to be a fact. But I thought the whole storyline, like Titanic, I thought the event, or the event and certain names are real, but I thought like the entire story was fake and made up. I didn't think it was like there was any truth to it. But here it says Paramount Pictures faces copyright lawsuit over Top Gun Maverick. So let me just read it from here so I don't have to twist my head. 1 second. So basically, I guess there was an article written. Okay, this one's from npr.org. Top Gun Maverick continues to fly high at the box office. A lawsuit over the rights to the movie just landed at Paramount Pictures. The family of the man whose magazine article inspired the 1986 film Top Gun is suing Paramount Pictures over copyright infringement claims. So it's like the family of the man, not the man himself, whose magazine article inspired this 1986 film. So I guess he first wrote a magazine article. Again, I've never read the magazine article, so I don't know if it included these characters, and how much of it was similar to the movie. It's the first movie. It says Shosh and Yuval Yoneh, the widow and son of Ehud Yoneh, say they exercised their right to recover the copyright to the story in 2018, and that it took effect in 2020. Paramount did not reacquire the film rights before releasing Top Gun Maverick, the plaintiffs say. So on January 24, 2020, the copyright to the story thus reverted to Yoneh's under the Copyright Act. But Paramount deliberately ignored this, thumbing its nose at the statute, said the complaint filed in the U.S. District Court for the Central District of California. Paramount, in a statement to NPR, vowed to fight the lawsuit. These claims are without merit, and we will defend ourselves vigorously, the statement read. In 1983, California Magazine published an article by Ehud Yoneh called Top Guns. So I guess he literally kind of came up with the title, which told the story of Navy pilots in a remarkably vivid and cinematic fashion. According to the lawsuit, Paramount secured the film rights to the article weeks later, and the blockbuster film Top Gun was released in 1986. Interesting. So Paramount secured the film rights to the article right away. I wonder if they were inspired by this specific article, if they secured the film rights right away, or if they were planning a movie, because this article was written in 1983 and the movie was already released 1986. So maybe Paramount could have already been planning this movie. I'm just guessing. What if Paramount was already planning for the movie, already knew their title, knew the storyline, but then maybe saw this article and realized that they needed to work on copyright? See, this is the thing with copyright. It's so painful, because what if you did actually come up with the similar idea or the same exact idea, and then it's just very, very hard to prove who came up with that idea first. And then with art and music and films, it just gets all the more complicated. Music, I think, is at least easier to prove because of the fact that you could just have files proving okay, who created this tune or song or lyric first. I mean, everything digital now is just slightly easier. Um, but yeah, this one's, I don't know what actually happened. The Yones say they've opted to recover the rights to the copyright, which they are permitted to do under the law after 35 years. That's insane that Paramount was able to secure the film rights to the article. I hope they paid. I don't know what this means. Maybe it means that they paid the original article writer, and that's how they secure the copyright, and then it lasted for 35 years. But I used to think that when people buy the copyright to you or your article or your art, that I would have thought that it would be forever. Guess not. Guess it only lasted 35 years. Such a move would not prevent Paramount from continuing to distribute works created when they own the copyright, such as Top Gun, but it would require the studio to obtain the rights again if it wanted to produce any other films based on Yaneh's story after the copyright expired, the family claims. Oh, okay. So they could still distribute the original Top Gun, but they just needed to acquire the rights again if they wanted to make any other films. Wow. According to the lawsuit, Paramount responded to a cease and desist letter sent by Yones in May denying that Top Gun Maverick was obviously derivative of Yones magazine story and arguing that the film was sufficiently completed by January 24, 2020. The Yones alleged the work on Top Gun Maverick didn't wrap up until 2021, 1 year after they claimed the film rights were no longer owned by Paramount. Honestly, when I read stuff like this, I just feel like it's a film that made so much money. And this lawsuit, I don't know what this family, how much they're suing for in damages. But I feel like if I was Paramount, and if it really went over the time that I was allowed to use the film, I would just pay. Just pay and let everybody be happy. But again, what do I know? I don't run a multi-billion-dollar business. Uh, I would just pay it because I'll be but it's money. People people are going to do these things over money. But yeah, I made so much money, and obviously it was inspired by the original person who wrote the article, and it's just, I think it'd be nice to share the wealth with people who are involved, especially when it comes to art. But I wonder what the actual writer of the article thinks, because it doesn't say. I don't know if he's still around or it's just his family speaking for him. Because obviously, if the original rights were taken in for the original Top Gun movie, claimed by Paramount, then I'm assuming the writer was okay with it in the beginning. But obviously, that's no longer the case. I recycle plastic bottles for money, Zlatko says. I do that too. What's wrong with that? Not everywhere do they allow you to do that, though, unfortunately. There are certain places that don't don't have easy access to like recycling bottles. I would do whatever easy stuff it takes to make money. So I think recycling plastic bottles, glass bottles, I think you can take it to like certain beer stores and stuff like that for like bottles. Make money off of it. Why not? Better than throwing in the trash. Tony Scott was the original director, Henry says. They had been planning the sequel movie for years. The original director committed suicide by jumping off a bridge in San Pedro. Oh my God. That's horrible, in 2012. Okay. So they've been planning a sequel for Top Gun Maverick, this movie. Huh. That's crazy. I don't know any. I don't think I know any other stories. I don't think I've been to the bridge in San Pedro. Um, Somebody once told me that the the Golden Gate Bridge. I don't know if this is true. People tell me a lot of things, and I'm just very gullible. But someone once told me in SF, while I was in front of the Golden Gate Bridge, right? Is it called Golden Gate Bridge? Or is it Golden Gate or Golden State? Get it mixed up. Golden Gate Bridge. I'll stick with that. That bridge has one of the highest like suicide rates of people jumping off. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true. I didn't fact check the person. I was like, okay. I'm like, it's a beautiful bridge. I'm like, I'm not gonna jump off, but thanks for letting me know about that. Here we recycle bottles, and plastic bottles cannot have caps anymore. The cap needs to accepted. Don't know why. Oh, you recycle bottles and plastic bottles cannot have caps anymore. Huh. That's weird. Aren't most plastic bottles, I'm talking like water bottles, the cap should be like the similar material? Maybe it's too hard. The Golden Gate Bridge. Okay, yeah, it's Golden Gate. Sometimes I just get things mixed up. I thought it was Golden State Bridge for a second there. The Golden Gate Bridge now has netting on the sides to save people. Also, maybe it is true. If they went out of their way to put the effort to put the nets there, must have happened more than once. Yes, Katrina. Lucy, how many kids you having? I'm going for League of Legends team. I'm sorry, I don't play League of Legends, so I don't know MD. Like, how many people is that? Delivering babies too, it must be painful, Zlatko says. Yeah, I heard delivering babies is like up there in terms of pain for men and women. Like both getting kicked in the nuts for a male versus having a baby. I've heard that having a baby for a female apparently hurts more. That's what I hear. But I guess no one person will ever know. Unless you're a hermaphrodite and you have both parts. But I don't really know how that works. If you have both parts, I'm assuming you have nuts and you can also have babies. I don't think I've ever read anything of that type of material, but I think that's the only person who will be able to tell us which one hurts more. The multiverse and China don't blend together, Zlatko says. CTO Jaws and also Hirsched up. Biden may be replaced by an alien form. Being housewife is really harder than doing 9 to 5 or even CEO, MD says. I agree. Unless it's CEO like Elon Musk, Techno King, because I think that's a harder job. I think what Elon Musk does is probably harder than a housewife because he claimed that he slept on the floor like of the Tesla factories, or was it SpaceX factory? I forget. I think it was Tesla factory when they were almost going bankrupt. So I think depends for CEO level. Like it depends if you're like a crazy hardworking one or like a lazy CEO. But 9 to 5 job versus like a full-time housewife, I think a housewife does a lot more work. I mean, come on. Especially like depends on if you're a housewife or a house husband and you're like doing everything morning to night, along with being a driver and possibly, also a tutor on the side and cooking everything. That sounds like a lot of work. Remember, most Richard Gere and Brad Pitt movies banned in China for their pro-Taiwan stance and movies they have done. Oh, I totally did not know that. Or maybe you've told me before and I forgot. But that's sad. Brad Pitt. I don't really know much about Richard Gere. I know he was like very famous, but he's like a couple years back before Brad Pitt. He's slightly older than Brad Pitt, I want to say. But Brad Pitt has a lot of big movies. That's such a shame. One of my favorites is the Ocean's 11 series, so that's a shame. Recycling computer parts must be a big thing. If Amazon delivers babies, is that painful? What? I don't think I'm gonna order a baby from Amazon, but to answer your question, MD, I think I want to have, if I do have, because I think it's not up. These are things that's like, okay, I hope I can have, like I hope I can have $10 million one day, but if it doesn't happen, it's okay. So to me, kids is something that I hope to have. It's, in my vision. But if it doesn't happen or I just genetically cannot do it, um, I'll be okay. I'll still live. I would like to have at least one, two at most. I think no matter how much money I have, I don't think I want like 10 or League of Legends team or enough to play soccer. I think that's nice, but not for my body. No, thank you. I think it's more like it sounds too tiring. But if I was a man, and so, or someone else could do it for me, I wouldn't mind. I don't think I would mind having, but then again, I don't want like 20 or 30. That's like a classroom. And I don't think I would be able to know them each or care for them each enough. I think I could maybe potentially have the mental capacity to handle and actually love and get to know maybe like 3 to 4 kids, five max. Yeah, I think five. And then maybe the sixth one, I'll start forgetting their birthday or something. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me on my second channel live stream. Like I said, I'm going to go off and do my Ironman marathon one day at a time. I saw Ironman 1 from 2008 yesterday. I think the next one's 2010. And I think the next one is the one with Elon Musk in it. So I'm so excited. I'm going to go grab some snacks and watch the second Ironman, which I don't even know the name of. I just know it's called the second Ironman. And that I think Elon Musk had said on a recent Twitter post that he is in it. Or I think he's either in it or they used his factory, SpaceX factory, one or the other. So very excited. So League of Legends is perfect. Team is 5-player. Oh, okay. Thanks, MD. Honestly, guys, I'm so noob, but I think one day I will. I know I've been saying that I will maybe do a Twitch account and I've never even started one. I don't even know how it works. It looks really confusing. But one of those days I will start Twitch. But I feel like the games I like to play, like I played League of Legends before, I suck. But I've only played like once or twice. So I don't mind trying League of Legends because I think the characters are cute. Um, but nothing beats Nintendo for me. So I don't know if Twitch is like a place for people to play Mario Party and like Super Smash Bros. And races with Mario Karts. But I think if I were to do Twitch streams, I'd probably stick with my Mario stuff. Or people could just watch and laugh at me at how terrible I am at League of Legends and everything else. Then I'll be very angry because I'm like really competitive. So I'll like play League of Legends and then I'll lose probably every single round and I'm just gonna be pissed every single day. Anyways, guys, take care. Have a good night. Happy night, everyone. Henry says Iron Man 1 and 2 were cool. Number 3, not so much, but good too. Okay. Okay. I think I've seen all 3. I'm pretty sure, but literally it doesn't ring a bell. Like it doesn't, nothing, just nothing rings a bell anymore because I've watched so many other superhero movies and it's all just kind of jumbled together. And then also the Avenger movies really mess me up because I'm like, I'm forgetting the timeline. But at least I know 2008 was the first ever Marvel movie. And might I add, extremely successful. All right, take care, guys. Bye. Smash the like button on the way out.